Hi, James Vissari again. I am going over some blending and erasing and smudging tools. Untitled and some smudging sticks. The smudging sticks are a little bit softer, more for blending, whereas the Untitled is a very sharp point wound with a sheet of paper, basically, into a point, and you can really get in there on the edges. But the blending stumps are good for when I'm using charcoal, big pieces. That's good that way. And then you can clean them off or sharpen them just using your pad of sandpaper. They're kind of soft. The chamois, use that a lot when I'm doing graphite. The charcoal. If I'm teaching, I usually use this on charcoal and newsprint, and then basically eliminates the need for an eraser, like a black and white charcoal chalkboard eraser. But a couple of little brushes that are incorporated with. These are very been cleaned extremely well with solvents and brush cleaners, so there is no paint in them. But when I draw or paint and use these, I can blend them with the tips of old oil brushes or acrylic brushes that I've kept clean, and they're really great for blending and manipulating the graphite on the paper instead of using just my finger. Of course, you can use your finger. I don't like to get my finger in there because of the fingers on your hands and your skin oil, so I always wear gloves. Between messing up my artwork and I just don't like the whole dirty hand thing. So the other thing that can be used is like these are just cotton makeup swabs, pads that you can use to blend big areas, or you can fold them and keep folding them until you can get them to a point, and you can use that point. But if nothing else, old rags, towels, paper towels, tissues, napkins, anything that you can that's paper product and ball up like that. Q-tips. Well, I shouldn't say Q-tips, cotton swabs. Generally, you want to get a cotton swab that is for a baby because they're softer and there's more of a handle that does not go down into that cotton, so that when you're rubbing it and using it, you're not rubbing your work with that rigid piece of handle, whatever it is in there. You've got to rub it softly. Otherwise, you'll get to rubbing it in there, and it'll start to leave marks that aren't as graceful as what you maybe have already put down. So a whole ton of different erasers that I have accumulated. And I actually don't use a whole lot of eraser in my regular work, but in charcoal I do. Like this is what's left of my eraser pencil. You can see that I don't really use an eraser pencil, but there it is. And then there's the kneaded erasers. You can get these in small, medium, and large. I've always gotten the small ones. I've never worked largely enough that I would need to have a great big piece. And as a matter of fact, I bought a big one, and I just cut it with a pair of scissors so I could carry around the smaller ones. These are cool too, because if you've got a working pencil or what have you, you can stick that sucker right there, and you got an eraser on the end of your blender, so you won't lose it. But what's really cool about these are they're stretchy and kneadable. They're kneaded erasers, and you can get this sucker really small, really fine point. And with a kneaded eraser, the technique that I try to use is just kind of a dab type of lifting so that you don't get in there and erase like that. But kneaded erasers, you just keep on kneading them, pulling them apart and putting them back together, letting them ball up, and they kind of clean themselves. They come more and more clean. You can see mine are pretty dirty, so I don't spend time cleaning my gear. Oh, there's one that's brand new. So that's the color it comes out of the package looking like. And then there are the pink pearls and the pinkies and pink pet. All those pink ones. Yep, they work just like the ones in school. And you can get them anywhere. Office supply stores and that type of thing. And they're good for generally racing. I really don't like to use them in my work though. Some of these guys, as they get older, they'll leave a pink mark on your paper, and I'm just not happy with that. So I am not a huge fan of the pink erasers, the pink wedges, but I keep them around just in the event. And then these are brown gum erasers. They're super crumbly. Gum cleaner erasers. Here we go. That they're super for taking off graphite and not ruining your paper. They're super crumbly, kind of make a huge mess, which is why I try to carry. One of these. So again, not getting my body oils and my skin oils onto any of the surfaces that I'm working with. I'm going to use, I don't want to just like brush it with my hand because I've left oil there, and now it's going to help graphite stick to the surface and stay there and smudge more. And actually you can come back and try to put graphite back on top of it, and it won't apply the same way because now your skin oils are on there. So just a brush, any brush you like. I mean, even if you had a clean blending brush, it would still work. So so big crumbs. And then my favorite erasers, and these all generally work the same, the white eraser. I mean, those suckers will take some stuff off. I'm really impressed with these erasers and the way they perform. They don't tear things up. I can erase the heck out of something, and it's really not tearing my paper to pieces. And of course, it's not going to leave a pink mark. It's white, so no pink mark. That's fantastic. Here's the one I use all the time. That's just a white eraser, vinyl eraser. Good stuff. They come in all kinds of different sizes, and I actually have pens that are erasers that the erasers go into the pen, and then it feeds through the pen, and I can use that as an eraser. Those are convenient just because it's a pen, and I can reach down and go like, oh yeah, these are my erasers, and not have to worry about how dirty it is, because those generally stay clean and out of the way. But I would take maybe one of these and one of these, because these are for finer spots than these. The Sumo grip eraser, big black eraser that really takes it down to some cleanness. I'm not particularly happy with this one either. It's just kind of super rubbery, and for the applications that I have going on in general, graphite, it just doesn't seem like something that I use. I just don't use it a lot. It's kind of cool though. And then this guy, the triangle pencil eraser that comes in this tip, like it's got this tip the whole way around it, right? And it, I don't know, it just fits my hand real well, and it doesn't seem like it's so heavy that I can't fit it into any one of my cases that I want to fit it into. And this is also a vinyl eraser, and it just really gets in there. A little bit stiffer than these. Vinyl erasers. They really do a good job of getting in there for some detail. I don't know, somehow it's just out of the way. But in the event that I want to make some super refined drawing marks, I have eraser shields that when I'm getting down to the nitty-gritty technical, let's make the right line and this is perhaps not the right shape. After doing all the work, I don't want to come back and erase what I worked so hard to put in there without being as careful as possible. So these guys help. So I keep those around too. So anyhow, that's kind of the erasing, smudging, smearing, getting your stuff clean type of gear that I keep and use with just my graphite. So, all right. Thanks. See you next time. Bye-bye.